afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Reverend Katie Hyman, and on behalf of Megan and Odin, I want to welcome you here this afternoon. Whether you are dressed in your wedding finest or in your pajama coziest, your presence here today, in person and digital, means everything to Megan and Odin. So thank you for being here. Odin and Megan, I want to welcome you here too. You have made it through plans A, B, C, D, and E, somewhere in there, and you're still standing here. And so you are surrounded by people who love you, and you're here in this moment. So take just a moment to breathe. Look at the people around you. Yes, and the seat fillers. Today is, in fact, a joyful and a sacred occasion. All of you here with us in whatever form represent symbolically everyone whose lives will ever be touched by this couple. And so we gather today with a holy purpose, to witness and to bless, to be celebrated and to be blessed ourselves. Because when we come together in support of something that is greater than ourselves, we cannot help but be blessed in return. Will you join me in prayer? O God of creativity and love, you consistently draw us out beyond ourselves to deeper connection with the world around us. Be among us this afternoon as we witness and celebrate the marriage of Odin and Megan. We give you thanks for them both and for this time when we will join two families together. May the blessings of this day touch each of our hearts, and may we carry them out into a world always in need of more joy and love. Amen. So now this is the part where we ask if you really want to be here. And I can tell that you do, but I'm going to ask you anyway. So Megan and Odin, before all of those gathered here, I'm going to ask you to affirm your willingness to enter into this covenant of marriage, to share all the joys and sorrows of the relationship, whatever the future may hold. Take a moment to affirm, to look into each other's eyes, and to be deeply present. Have you brought with you today your whole selves, with your eyes, your minds, and all of your senses open? Do you want to get married today? If so, please say, we do.
We do.
Good. So normally this is the time when I would ask everybody to stand, and I am going to ask those of you who are here to stand back up again. And this is when I would ask that everybody who's gathered loudly proclaim your support and your own vows to Megan and Odin. For those of you who are watching remotely, I have a special request. In just a moment, I'm going to ask everybody some questions, and when you at home loudly say, yes, we do, I would like you to take a selfie at that moment, because we're going to compile all of these pictures, and so all of your faces are then going to be woven into the visual memory of today too. So, marriages are not just the joining of two people, but the joining of entire families and the communities into something new. Megan and Odin chose to be surrounded by people who love them, who will hold them accountable, and who will support them. And so all of you gathered here are a reminder of the wide circle that supports them. Your vows bolster their marriage today and in the years to come, and will make their vows today complete. And so I ask you, friends and family gathered here, do you give your full support and blessing to this marriage? Will you support Odin and Megan as they grow in love? When the road is rough, will you travel it with them? Will you promise to do all in your power to sustain and encourage them all the days of their life? If so, please say, we do.
We do.
Now take a picture. Good. Megan and Odin, you can't see all the devoted people who've come together to witness your promises to each other, but they are there, and they will continue to be there for you. Depend on them, call on them, rejoice and cry with them. Ask them to tell you their stories of this day, because we who love you and desire all good things for your marriage witness to your love today and forever. Will you please be seated? Kathy, before you sit down, I'm going to ask you to do a reading from Paul's letter to the Corinthians.
If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but not love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have faith that can move mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and surrender my body to the flames, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when perfection comes, the imperfect disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became man, I put childish ways behind me. Now we see but a poor reflection in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love.
Thank you, Kathy. And now, Sigrid, if you would come.
Closer. Blessings of the hands. These are the hands of your very best friend, young and strong and full of love for you. As they are now holding yours on your wedding day, as you promise to love each other today, tomorrow, and forever. These are the hands that will work alongside yours as together you build your future. These are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years, and with the slightest touch will comfort you like no other. These are the hands that will hold you when fear and grief fills your mind. These are the hands that will countless times wipe the tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow, and as in today, tears of joy. These are the hands that will tenderly hold your children, the hands that will help you hold your family as one. These are the hands that will give you strength when you need it. And lastly, these are the hands that, even with wrinkled and aged, will still be reaching for yours, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness with just a touch. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I think it's safe to say that getting to today has been anything but easy. Even before this date, when you had your first date, each of you had already tasted life's joys and sorrows. And then, with all the intensity of both of your personalities, you began forging a new relationship. In each other, you found someone you could depend on, someone you could laugh with, someone with whom you could be your whole self. This foundation, of course, has served you well in the last few months, from regular wedding planning to frantic contingency planning to just the numerous changes of the last 2 weeks. You have needed that centeredness, those hands to hold. I do think you get the award for most flexibility and creativity in wedding planning. But now that you are finally here today, and as you enter into the married phase of your life together, you have some excellent practice in those qualities of love that St. Paul writes about. I think in this time of pandemic and upheaval, we would all do well to reflect on St. Paul's wisdom, that truth-telling, knowledge, and even sacrifice are nothing without the depth of love. Truth-telling without love to deepen us becomes a monologue or an echo chamber. Knowledge without love to connect us becomes a sharp wedge between head and heart. And sacrifice without love to anchor us becomes unsustainable. But when we draw from the deep well of love, we find ourselves reconnected and refreshed. And this is the gift that you offer all of us today, a reminder of what the essence of love is. It is the anchoring connection that the two of you have, the courage and flexibility to do what is right, even when it's not easy, and also that warm sparkle of humor that brings perspective and some lightness. You've given us today a reason to celebrate, a reminder that love can be present even when it is unseen, and a beautiful example of adaptation that preserves what is most important. The gift we offer you in return is our collective commitment to grow with you, to cherish your family, to remind you of your better selves on days when you are possibly your second best self. We offer you a deeper well of creativity, of humor, and of strength. Our witness to you today magnifies the vows that you are about to make. And so now I ask you, Megan, do you take Odin to be your husband?
I do.
Will you be his in plenty and in want, in sickness and in health, in failure and in triumph?
I do.
Will you offer him your strength and support, your loyalty and your faith?
I do.
Will you trust, respect, and encourage him?
I do.
Will you laugh with him, cry with him, and cherish him for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Odin, do you take Megan to be your wife?
I do.
Will you be hers in plenty and in want, in sickness and in health, in failure and in triumph?
I do.
Will you offer her your strength and support, your loyalty and faith?
I do.
Will you trust, respect, and encourage her?
I do.
Will you laugh with her, cry with her, and cherish her for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Could we have the rings? These rings are an outward and visible
Oh, my
sign
hands are shaking.
of an inward and invisible grace which will unite these two hearts in love. So, Odin, will you repeat after me? Megan, I give you this ring
Megan, I give you this ring
as a sign of my love and faithfulness.
as a sign of my love and faithfulness.
Megan, will you repeat after me? Odin, I give you this ring
Odin, I give you this ring
as a sign of my love and faithfulness.
as a sign of my love and faithfulness.
Will you join me in prayer once more? God, we ask your blessing on the giving and receiving of these rings. May Odin and Megan wear them joyfully, and may they serve as a visual reminder of your love to all who see them. Amen. Now I'm going to ask Alex if you would come forward and stand right in front of your mom and Odin and look at them. You're going to turn around, and look at them. So this marriage is additionally special because it seals not just the two of you, but also Alex as a forever family. And so Megan and Odin, just as you have committed to each other, so now will you use the confidence and the strength of your union to commit to Alex and to your family. Megan and Odin, will you repeat after me? Alex, we give you our promise
Alex, we give you our promise
to be by your side.
to be by your side.
We promise to love, to honor, and to listen to you.
We promise to love, honor, and listen to you.
We promise to love you deeply and truly,
We promise to love you deeply and truly,
because it is your heart that moves us,
because it's your heart that moves us.
your head and your hair that challenge us,
Your
head and your hair that challenges us.
your humor that delights us,
Your humor that delights us.
and your hands we wish to hold forevermore.
Your hands that we wish to hold forevermore.
And now you seal the deal with a hug.
Come here, big guy.
All right.
Oh.
Love you, bud.
All right. Thank you.
You okay?
All right. Okay. Okay.
Megan and Odin, because you have declared your willingness and your intention to be joined in marriage, and you've expressed your commitment to each other in the sight of God and all of your family and friends, with your vows and with these rings, I now declare that you are husband and wife. You may kiss each other. My friends, it is my honor to present Mr. and Mrs. Ortega.
Ah. Okay. All right.
We just want to say thank you to everyone who joined us at home. I know all of us have had a crazy 2020, but we're so excited that all of you guys could join us from home. We love you all. Wish you guys could be here.
Yeah.
But we'll celebrate next year together. So cheers to all
Cheers.
you guys at home.
And thank you.
And
Love you
thank
all.
for all your love and support. To my bridesmaids, Desiree, Adele, and Christy, you guys have been amazing. And to my security ring people, you've been awesome, Cameron and Connor. And then also to Vicky, Sochi, I love you girls. Sorry you couldn't be here.
And to Jeff and Kyle, who couldn't be here, I'm thinking about you, and we will do this next year in a new way. So thank you. Be safe, and yeah.
We love you all. Thank you so much.
Cheers.